Well, this is Matt DeYoung from BDS, here to review the Genesis release highlights now for the month of May. In May, Genesis had a total of 46 releases across four different release dates. All notes are always available in the Genesis Resource Center. And again, we'll cover just a few key ones here today. I first want to highlight that applies really to everyone and hopefully is helpful to everyone as well. We have the group-based inactivity timeout release. This is a welcome enhancement for enterprise customers who really just need more control over how inactivity timeouts are enforced across different teams. Previously, everyone in the org was subject to the same setting, which could be, too strict for some and too lenient for others. And so now admins can assign a specific timeout value to individual user groups, really just making it easier to either pilot the feature with one team before rolling it out broadly, or to set just tighter policies for customer-facing agents for versus maybe back office staff. So groups can be also be prioritized, so you can have confidence that the right policy is being applied. So hopefully, again, helpful one there for everyone. Next, we have a few different releases for CX3 or WEM add-on users as well. First one being a roadmap item that we've highlighted in QBRs, really I think the last couple quarters, and that is the semantic topic spotting for topic configuration. So configuring speech and text analytics topics, has traditionally required admins to just define a longer list of phrase variations, really to cover the many ways that a customer might express that same idea. Semantic topic spotting changes that by using the natural language understanding to detect topically similar phrases automatically. If someone were to say maybe cancel my account, or I want to stop my service, or I don't need this anymore, that topic can catch all those without you having to list every possible variation. So currently this is only available in English, but it's a meaningful step forward, and really helpful, kind of smarter, lower maintenance analytical configuration setup as well. So certainly a helpful one there. Next, we have on-queue opportunities for workforce management. So all managers know that filling coverage gaps often means scrambling for overtime volunteers or manually updating schedules. With this release, on-queue opportunities gives admins a clear way to handle this. Simply create and publish an opportunity for agents to sign up for the additional hours and let the agents browse what's available and request to take it on. Just puts more flexibility in the agent's hands while giving the workforce management team hopefully a more structured, visible way to manage the staffing needs. So really just a great one for contact centers looking to reduce some of the last minute scrambling and improve agent satisfaction around scheduling as well. Couple more for CX3. First one here, we have the expanded free text response limit for web and voice surveys. So for those utilizing surveys, you know that previously survey responses were capped at only 500 characters, which could leave customers mid-thought or force them to even a abbreviated detailed feedback. The new 4,000 character limit now gives participants the room to share the complete nuanced responses, whether that's praising a resolution, detailing some frustration, or explaining an issue. It's especially valuable for organizations using surveys, really just to drive quality improvements, such as richer feedback, and translating that into actual insights. So, really helpful one there for customers. And then next, we also have Genesys providing a new user home workspace in Genesys Cloud. So something that can be available to admins, agents, and supervisors. The user home is really just a new centralized landing experience within Genesys Cloud that adapts to each user's role and permission. So rather than navigating across multiple pages to check queues or review tasks, access analytics, things of that nature, users now have a single configurable hub where the most relevant widgets and data are surfaced automatically. Kind of think of it as your own personalized dashboard for the day. It's really designed just to reduce friction and help teams really get to work faster. Admins, agents, supervisors, again, all can see exactly what they need tailored to their specific view. And then finally, for the CX3 and WEM add-on license type, we have the enhanced automated quality evaluation scoring. And this is through enabling kind of per question focus setting and agent level targeting for automated scoring and evaluation. So what is that? Well, this update addresses a real challenge in quality management for complex interactions, especially those involving multiple agents or long IVR segments. Previously, the automated scoring evaluated the full interaction transcript for every question, which could unfairly, penalize an agent for something that happened before or even after their involvement. Now, admins can configure each evaluation question to focus on just the relevant agent's portion of that transcript. Combine that with the agent level targeting and the scoring rules, and it just means evaluations are more accurate, more fair, and better reflect each agent's actual performance as well. So just a great win for QA teams running the AI scoring and evaluation assistance here. Now just moving into some AI updates. First one here, we have Genesys Cloud Copilot, Virtual Agent Performance Analytics Assistant. So for those that have started to utilize bots and virtual agents, agentic virtual agents, you found that getting visibility into how those bots or virtual agents are performing typically means navigating multiple dashboards, pulling reports, and even doing some manual analysis as well. This release allows admins to now just simply ask plain language questions like, what's my containment rate this week? Or which intents are causing the most escalations? And actually get a concise, permission-aware summary with suggested next steps as well. So really, this is just part of a broader push to make analytics more conversational and accessible. And it should meaningfully reduce the time it takes to identify and act on virtual agent performance issues as well. So a really helpful one there for admins and supervisors. Again, that is the Genesys Cloud Copilot. Next, we have the one specific to Genesys Agent Copilot, and that's the summaries for long interactions. So, Agent Copilot summarization, is a popular tool for streamlining after call work, saving time, creating more efficiencies for agents. But on those longer interactions, previously the longer interactions were really excluded from the transcript for the summaries because it exceeded what the model could process. That limit has now been significantly extended. And so with Agent Copilot, you can now summarize basically up to an equivalent of 64,000 characters. So for agents handling those more complex cases, escalations, lengthy customer conversations, things of that nature, it means that they can still benefit from the AI-generated summaries rather than manually reviewing the full transcript and then having to manually write the notes or put in their after call work, wrap up work. So super helpful one there for agents utilizing Agent Copilot. Last couple here are really specific to Knowledge Fabric. The very first one is the ability to view selected folders in Knowledge Fabric connected sources. So when Knowledge Fabric sources are connected to SharePoint, it wasn't always clear which specific folders were being ingested. And so that just made it harder to audit what content was actually informing your AI knowledge base. And so this update just gives admins direct visibility into the selected folders within each connected source, makes it easier to verify the configuration and then also troubleshoot content gaps and really just ensure that the right documents are being surfaced to agents. So it's maybe a small one, but a meaningful just kind of transparency improvement for teams managing Knowledge Fabric at scale. And then next, we also have connection management for Knowledge Fabric. So keeping Knowledge Fabric connections healthy has always kind of historically required some manual vigilance, if you will, especially around those expiring credentials. And so the new centralized sources page just addresses this by giving admins a single place to view all connections, check their expiration status, reauthorize ones that are about to expire, and clean up any unused connections. Additionally, Genesys Cloud will also proactively notify admins when a connection is nearing expiration, including a reminder when they enter the Knowledge Workbench so that you're less likely to be caught off guard if there's a broken connection disrupting your knowledge content. And finally, for those who are using or even considering the Unified Experience Connector from ServiceNow, we have a couple helpful updates. First one, agents can now place outbound calls on behalf of a queue from ServiceNow. So this update really update closes an important gap from ServiceNow users, allowing agents to initiate outbound calls on behalf of a queue directly from the ServiceNow interface, just as they could within the native Genesys Cloud UI. The default queue is automatically sent to the ServiceNow UI, and a configurable toggle lets admins decide, really whether a call goes out immediately via click to dial, or it opens a keypad with the queue and number pre-filled for the agent confirmation. This just ensures, that consistent presentation, accurate analytics, and alignment with call recording and quality policies for outbound activity as well. So helpful one there. And then also ServiceNow Unified Experience, the transfer tools tips to show agent availability. So, making a good transfer decision requires obviously knowing whether the person you're transferring to is actually available. So this update brings that clarity to the ServiceNow Unified Experience connector. Agents can see both the present state and real-time availability of transfer targets directly within the research results, including whether they currently are on an active call. So just keeps that experience consistent with what, again, agents see within Genesys Cloud, and helps ensure that customers as well are being transferred to agents who are actually ready to assist and available. So again, a couple helpful ones there for the ServiceNow Unified Experience connector. So with that, wraps up our overview and key highlights for the month of May. Again, all releases that we didn't cover are available within the Resource Center. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. As always, thanks for watching and thanks for your partnership.